BadSecretMedia.com.
We should. I hate Bad Secret Media.
Gamers, welcome to the Secret Levels podcast. On this week's episode, grab your vans, dust them off, grab your deck, because we're going to go shredding, baby. Ain't that gnarly, yo?
I'm player one, Toby.
I am player two, Goobs.
And we do a weekly retro video game review show where we talk about the history, the gameplay, the story, the music, and then we rate it at the end.
You forgot about the motherfucking rage meter.
Oh yeah, we do have a rage meter. We unleash the rage on the games that we played.
Yeah, this will make us go fucking insane. Like you want to shove a cat down your trousers and dump a whole bunch of catnip down there and just rip everything up, or is it not so bad where you want to shove some cotton down your pants and just like walk around like I have a cotton crotch?
Yeah. And also, we are part of the Somebody's Network.
Speaking of crotches.
You can check out all the wonderful shows that are a part of the network on Twitter and Instagram at Somebody's Net. So go check them out.
A lot of wonderful people, a lot of wonderful shows.
That's right. Now, Goobs, are you ready to ollie into this game that we played this week?
Sorry, because I know the name of your child.
Yes, no, I'm not talking about Oliver, the children downstairs. I'm talking about Ollie.
Look, you jump on a kid, strap four wheels to him, off we go. Let's go to the skate park, doing kick flips on a kid. Kid flips.
Well, this week, we're talking about Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2.
For PlayStation 1. Or PlayStation Uno.
So, let me give you some details about this game real quick.
I'd love to hear the deets, Toby.
So this game was released September 20th, 2000. It was developed by Neversoft. And it was published by Activision.
Hold up here. Neversoft. That sounds like a fucking porno name. Like a guy from a porno. Hey, what's your name? I'm John Neversoft.
So this was released on PlayStation, PC, Nintendo 64, Sega Dreamcast. There was a Game Boy Color port. Xbox ended up getting a remake of sorts, and it was called Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2X, which was like basically the first two games.
That's the version I knew I played.
Oh,
so I got a remade version. I checked on my PS3, it wasn't on there. I checked on my PS4, it wasn't on there. I did not check the 360 because it's fucking on there. I guarantee it.
Yep.
I'm going to have to go back and reimagine myself playing it.
But we did play this on the Sony PlayStation.
Yes, we sure did. Good old PS1.
Now, this is a single or multiplayer game, and it's a third-person view with a fixed camera, but it's an extreme sports game. Skateboarding, extreme sports, duh. Do you want me to tell you a story, Goobs?
There's not really much of a story, but if you can make one up, go for it.
A young boy has the dream of becoming the very best, like no one ever was. He sets off on his journey to try to do just that. As he reaches the tall grass, a professor stops him to warn him, "It's dangerous to go alone. Here, take this skateboard and get gnar, brah." All of a sudden, a meteor hits and a small bee appears and tells him that he's gotta believe. And if he doesn't get all the Chaos Emeralds, Dr. Wily will take over the Mushroom Kingdom and kidnap Princess Zelda. Okay,
That's a golf clap, and goddamn, that was awesome. I didn't know what you were gonna do on that one, but you mixed in a whole bunch of great games together. And
I want to know. I want someone just to tweet us and just list off all the video game references. Okay, so there's no real story. You're just a skateboarder, and you're trying to
living your dream, man. You're trying to be the best in the world.
Just trying to be pro, man. Trying to collect money. It's all about the money. So, anyways,
it's all about the money, honey.
Yep. So this game, a simple playthrough, not like 100%ing it or anything, should take 2 to 5 hours to play through with one character in career mode. Speedrun
2 to 5 hours.
Well, okay. That's if you know how to play and everything, and you know where everything is. It can probably take you even longer than that. Let's say 8 hours.
Jesus, I didn't find it that long for a playthrough at all.
Well, I could see someone that's never played this a Tony Hawk game ever being.
Oh yeah, no, it's going to take you definitely 5 or more hours.
Yeah, I could see it taking like 8 hours for someone that's.
Oh, we grew up playing this shit, man. Like,
right.
As soon as the controllers hit my hand, I knew where everything was.
Right.
It's like it goes right back, man. It's like Cher. It's all coming back, all coming back to me now.
Well, speedrun.com has a no major glitches speedrun record set by, I'm going to butcher this, Gushed at 2 minutes and 56 minutes on PC.
2 minutes and 56 seconds?
I didn't watch the speedrun on this one because I just kind of imagined it was something ridiculous.
I watched someone beat it in like under 6, but
Jeez.
2 minutes and 56, like, and they were going through, like, they go through a level, hit every goal right away. Like, it was absolutely insane.
Well, this one says no major glitches, so I'm assuming there's still some glitches. But anyways, you ready to dive into this? Let me redo that. Are you ready to do a kickflip nose grind, pop shove it out?
But I'd rather pop shove it in.
And talk about this gameplay?
Dark side grind all day, man. That was the coolest thing ever.
The dark slides?
Yeah. I call it the dark side.
Well, I'll tell you now, as a former amateur skateboarder, that's how you tear up your grip tape. That's all that does.
Oh, definitely. You only do that if you're a pro and you're, like, sponsored by a company, right? Because you can fuck your board up and get a new one. But, like, how badass... I don't even care about the game right now. How badass was that trick when you first saw it for the first time? You're like, holy shit.
It blew my mind. It really did. Because, again, I was a skateboarder, and seeing, like, Rodney Mullen and Jeff Rowley do dark slides and stuff was just like, what? You can do it on the other side?
I was a guy on the longboard. I used to film my buddies like skateboarding. And I know Toby did the same thing, but like,
not on a
just
longboard.
seemed like
Don't put
that
me on a
for the
longboard.
first time. What was that?
I said not on a longboard. Don't put me on a longboard.
No, I was the guy on the longboard.
I used to film.
Keep up and
I know
film.
what you're saying. Yeah,
you got to keep pace, man. But yeah, that was just absolutely crazy when I saw that first time. Like, I think it was in Transworld. I just saw, like, not even a video of it, just, like, clips. You know how they do all the pictures?
Yes.
I was like, whoa! And then I went online, dialed up, and it took 5 hours, but I finally saw a clip of it.
You know, since we're talking about it, we're playing on PlayStation. You boot up the disc. First off, you get your Neversoft logo with the eyeball being impaled, and then you get the gnarly...
Get fucking gorilla motherfucking radio.
Yes, and it's got a great, just a bunch of skate videos of people doing tricks and stuff. That, I haven't skateboarded regularly in probably 6 years. It made me want to go grab my shoes and go to our little skate park that we have here. I'm not even kidding. I was all like, let's do this.
Please, let your wife videotape that if you go do that, because you might end up on the Bale compilation.
Yeah. Okay, so the gameplay on this. The game is in third person. You're always attached to your skateboard unless you fall or bail. You're pretty much, you self-propel. Like, he never, like, really pushes unless you're not pushing any button. So you don't have to push like in what's like Skate, like the modern.
Yeah.
you don't have to like press a button to push to gain speed. You just kind of...
This ain't hyper realistic at all. It's very arcadey.
Yeah. So each level has 10 different goals of collecting items, doing specific tricks, or breaking high scores. Each goal...
And that Covenant secret tape.
You have to find the secret tape.
And all the little cash lying around, and
right.
There's secret areas in some of the levels. There's a lot to explore in this little game that is known as Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Every level has a secret level. See what I did there?
Mind blown.
Did you see what I did there? A secret level?
Yeah, you blew my mind, man.
Each goal that you complete, you get a cash reward along with, like you said, you find the cash that's spread out through the level. You can use this money to buy stats, new tricks, and new skateboard decks. Which I didn't realize it because I was just kind of playing it. And I was like, I don't need to change my board. I'm not a kid anymore. I'm just going to play. You need to buy the new decks because it actually increases your stats for your skateboard when you buy more decks. Did you know that?
Yeah, it helps you out down the line.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
It gives you those hookups.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, well.
See what I did there?
Hookups is a brand of skateboards.
Best designs, too. Naughty Nurse.
The cartoon Busty Babes. But yeah, you do want to buy the decks because that's going to help you increase your stats along with boosting your stats. The more cash you collect, it also unlocks the next level. So that's the goal, is you want to do as many of the challenges and collect as much money as you can so you can keep progressing through the game. Each level, you start out in career mode. You have a 2-minute timer, but you're able to move anywhere on the map. There's not like a single path that you have to follow. You can go to any ramp or rail or whatever you want to do.
It's like a mini open sandbox.
Yes, exactly. But you have 2 minutes and you have to complete whichever goal's in there. If you don't do them, you can retry. If you do complete them, you can choose to go to the next level.
Or you just go back and play the level again for fun.
Right. So the tricks are performed by doing different combinations of buttons. So when you ollie, it's just X. That's the main thing you have to learn, is just to ollie. You hold X, you let it go, and you ollie, which that's a bunny hop if you're putting it towards bike terms, or jumping. So ollie is what you need to learn. If you press square and a direction after ollieing, it'll make you do a kickflip or some kind of flip trick with the board.
And there's a whole bunch of different ways. Like, you can push like left, right, square, up, down, square, up, square. There's like a whole bunch of different combinations that you can do. Well, that's for your specials. For the normal moves, it's like up square, down square, left square, right square.
Right. If you do the same thing with circle, it'll make you do some type of grab trick like a indie or a stiffy.
Ooh. Grab your stiffy.
Stiffy was
360 stiffy.
Stiffy was always my favorite just because it was called a stiffy. I was a kid, but it's still funny now.
I like to do a stiffy to a Christ stare, so like shout out to all the priests out there.
Oh no!
Now, if you're approaching a rail or something and you press triangle in one of the directions, you'll also do a grind of some sort. And if you're on a quarter pipe or a half pipe or something, and you do the same thing, press triangle, you'll do a lip trick on, like I said, the half pipes or the quarter pipes.
I like to see your lip trick.
You can also press up and down or down and up, and that'll make you do a manual.
And that is very much needed to get those big combo scores.
Right. If you don't know what a manual is, there's a manual and a nose manual. It's a wheelie. You're riding a wheelie.
And it's very hard to balance if you don't have that stat boosted up.
That's right. You do have to balance when you do a manual, a grind, or a lip trick. So, yeah, you want to...
And nothing sucks worse. And when you're end of like a huge, like, let's just say 15-move combo, jumping on a rail, and you start to wobble a lot to the left side. So you push to the right, like, slightly, but you push a little too hard, wham, onto the ground, lose all your combo. Devastating.
It is. It'll make you almost want to cry, because you're like, I could have had the 6 score.
Yeah. The 6 score just went away from you. And then you retry the level, do it again, same thing happens. You're like, yep, no, I'm a little raged right now.
Yeah. So there's 3 different high scores that you have to get. I can't remember what the first one is. There's I can't remember the names. Sick.
Pro and sick. I know pro and sick.
Yeah, I don't remember what the first one is. But anyways, there's those 3. Sick is the hardest one to get to in each level. So now this game has really loose physics. I mean, it has some real world physics, like it's kind of accurate in certain ways, but like Goobs was saying earlier, it's very loosey goosey on what you can do.
You can fly fucking 30 feet up into the air and do like 5 different moves before you hit the ground.
Yeah, there's
grab trick, flip trick, grab trick, flip trick.
Which is really funny because I want to say it's Bob Burnquist. He had an interview where he was like, yeah.
That was the guy I played as, by the way. Bob Burnquist.
Was it?
Burnquist. You sound like a European. Hello, my name is Bob Burnquist.
Well, there was some kind of interview. It was either him or one of the other vert skaters in these games. And he said something about the Tony Hawk games, or just the skateboard video games in general, were what gave him ideas to do like a kickflip indie hand flip, basically, like to do bigger tricks, because like you do get to kind of practice and be like, oh, this is what I would do here, this is how I would do it. So it actually, these games, as cartoony as they are, and how you can do a bunch of crazy kickflips, then a grab, and then a kickflip, then a grab, and a kickflip, they actually influenced some skaters.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so, I mean...
That's a small fun fact with Toby.
Yeah, a mini one. We'll get to more in a minute.
Or 20.
So there are also other ollie tricks that you can do. If you press L2, it'll put your skater in fakie or nollie, which we don't have time to get into. Switch, goofy, regular. It's just the footing stance on the skateboard. Nollie and fakie mean that you're standing at the front of the board when you're going forward.
And Goofy's standing left, right?
Goofy is...
backwards.
See, this is where it'll confuse everyone that's not a skateboarder. When you're riding Goofy, that means your left arm is at the back. So that's Goofy stance. Regular,
yes, backwards.
For you, see, I'm goofy-footed when I skateboard, so that's right to me.
Really? You're goofy?
I am goofy-footed, man.
Shit, that's rare.
So you can also do boneless moves and no complies. If you press up quickly before you do an ollie, you'll do a boneless. If you hold up, you'll do a no comply.
You can do a revert too, like if you hit R2, but it doesn't really continue your combo like the later games.
Right, yeah. That was irritating me because I'm so babied to the future
revert
games. Yes.
Yeah, you go jump down after a huge ramp, bust out a big combo, hit the revert, continue into a manual, jump into a grind, and off you go, but not in this game.
Yeah, and I could have swore it was in this game, and I actually live streamed this for a little while, and the first, 20 minutes, it's like, damn it, where's the revert? Why isn't it working? And then I was like, oh, maybe it's not on this one.
Because I forgot about the revert for a second, like my first level, and then I'm like, okay, I'm going to try it. See if it's in this game. I'm not too sure. And then did a big combo come down. I hit it, I turned, but my combo wasn't continuing. I'm like, motherfucker.
Also, you can do wall rides. So if you're riding near a wall, you can't just
I had a problem with those. Sometimes it did not work for me.
You have to kind of go at it at an angle. You can't be going straight on at it. And when you ollie, you press triangle and you'll do a wall ride. And you can actually do an ollie off the wall. So if you're wall riding and press X, you'll do a wally.
So I was trying that in school too, to get up onto the roof, like as the level starts.
Yeah.
And it was like, it was a bitch for me to get up there. So it just wasn't working. I hit it at different angles. I hit it straight on. I tried everything I could to get off that first little jump up onto the roof.
Right.
It just wouldn't work for me.
So at the menu, you have a few game options. You have career mode, free skate, where there's no timer. You can just skate as you please. Single session is like career mode. It gives you the 2-minute timer, but you can't complete any of the challenges, so it's pointless. 2-player mode, then there's create a skater and park editor, which you can make your own skate park. I used to spend so many hours doing that.
Yeah, I used to back in the day as well. That's a lot of fun.
Yep. This was actually the first Tony Hawk game where they introduced Create a Skater and the park editor, so it wasn't available in Tony Hawk 1.
Yeah, they added a lot to this game to make it better than its predecessor.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate.
Now, the 2-player mode had 5 different options. Trick Attack, which was who could get the highest score in the time limit. Then there was Graffiti.
Which is a fun-ass mode, man. When you get 2 people who are good at Tony Hawk, Graffiti is a challenge, and it's so much fun.
Yeah, so what you basically do is whoever gets the highest score on that particular
It's Splatoon on skateboards.
Yeah. If I just do a kickflip on a ramp and it's worth 200 points, I've got that ramp. But if Goobs comes behind me and does a kickflip grab and it's 500 points, then
if you got a combo going and you go up and then come down, then you're fucked.
Yeah. Yeah. So it can be a lot of fun. Me and my brothers used to do it all the time, and they hated me. They hated me so much. Then you got Horse, which one person does a trick and the other player has to do a trick that's either equal or more points than the other player.
Yeah, they start you off at the same point, and then you start skating, and then you gotta bang out the biggest line that you can in that time, and let your friend try to beat you. That mode's a lot of fun as well.
Yeah, if you don't do it, then you get a letter. Now, is this the one that you can change the words? You don't have to have it say horse. You can make it say whatever.
I'm not too sure, but it could be.
Yeah, I didn't get a
I
chance
didn't
to
play any
this
2-player because it was just me this week.
Right. Then there's Tag, which... Tag.
You're it. You're
just,
shit.
You just go back and forth until the time runs out and see who's it. So it's
I mostly just played Graffiti and like the skate or horse.
Right.
Well, we always named it skate.
Yeah. That's what the skaters that I used to skate with called. When we would actually play it in real life where you had to copy the same trick, we called it skate. And then the last mode is free skate, where you can both just free skate whatever level that you pick. Whether it's...
You just be friends and go around like you're like at a skate park when you actually probably could go to a skate park.
Which is funny because that's kind of what we did. We could go skate in real life, but let's just sit here in front of the TV.
Let's do it digitally.
Now, the levels. Let's talk about the levels real quick. Here's the order of them. The Hangar. School
Isn't
2.
it the mullet hanger?
What's that?
Isn't it the mullet hanger?
Yeah, I don't know. I got the easy names on them all. So it's the Hangar, School 2, Marcelli. It's one of the skate competitions. New York City, Venice Beach, Skate Street, which is another competition that you do, Philadelphia, Bullring, which is the last competition you do, and then those secret levels. Well, there's secret hidden spots in each of those levels, but then there are 2 secret levels, and one is
That's a lot of secret levels.
Yeah. There's one that's called Chopper Drop, and the other is Skate Heaven. So,
Skate Heaven's a blast, man.
Which is your favorite?
Heaven was a half pipe.
Oh, dude, that song's great. I don't understand how that song wasn't on that level. Just on that level alone.
It might have not been out then.
Yeah, maybe not. So which level did you dig the most?
Oh, dude, School 2, hands down.
School 2
That's
is
the
my
best.
favorite. School 2 is my favorite.
Like, that's the most iconic level for me when I booted this game up, and I'll definitely go back and play this level again and again and again, which I did. Like 100% of this level, and I will go back every time. Dude, just hitting that sick combo off the beginning, jumping down the big rail, jumping over to the picnic tables, up and over, manualing to the ones in front of the gym. Oh, man, it's so much fun. Well, and you got your favorite fucking gap on there.
Yep. So that's what's great about these Tony Hawk games is they put real life gaps and stuff that you might have seen in skate videos. They have Jamie Thomas's Leap of Faith. Now I'm sure there's someone else that found it first or something, but Jamie Thomas was the one I grew up watching, trying to land it, and I mean, right at the beginning, you ollie over the handrail and go down to the ground, and that's the famous leap of faith. And there's a pretty cool video of a rollerblader busting his ass pretty good on that particular gap. So
I think I've seen that actually.
I think he hits his ass or something on the handrail and just eats it. I mean, it's terrible. But he jumps right up
Fucking
and he's just like,
fruit
whatever.
booters.
Fruit booters, yeah. Now, which level did you dislike the most? Venice Beach was the one that I didn't like. That's where you have to ollie the bums and everything.
Yeah, I know it's Venice Beach. Venice Beach is my worst favorite on this. It's my worst favorite. It's the one I dislike the most.
I just don't.
I guess worst favorite works.
I just don't like that whole middle area. There's nothing really you can skate there where all the little picnic tables are supposed to be. And I don't know, it's just irritating. If you watch my stream, I was there for way too long because I had to figure out the order of how you ollie over the magic bums, because you have to ollie over him 5 times.
Yeah.
And he moves around the map. So you have to hunt him down, and I couldn't
Fuck the magic bum. But yeah, I found the levels got a little lackluster in the later of the game compared to the beginning.
Yeah, the first 2 or 3 levels are pretty decent. Like, those are the best ones for sure.
Like, New York's a little flat. Like, it's like you can find like good lines in it, but it's like there's not really too much to go off of.
Right. I wasn't really a big fan of the Philadelphia level. That's the one where you're collecting the bells and everything.
Yes.
And it's got the skate park built. It's got a hidden skate park. You have to grind a telephone wire to knock over the telephone poles to get to that secret area. And I don't know. I think you're right. It does seem like the more the game went on, it was just like they were like, I don't know.
I really like the bull ring, though. Bull ring's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad.
I like the contest levels because, like, it's just set up like I like a skate comp. Just let's go.
Yeah, so there's 3 different competitions. You can get first. You need to get first to get all the money for that level. You get to have three different heats, and each heat is 1 minute long. And basically, you're just trying to get a high score, and that'll actually up your score. I mean, your ranking or whatever. And you want to get higher than a 92 because that's usually Tony Hawk's right underneath you always. If you get a 92 score,
every run I watch is like totally cheese the shit out of this. They go to do like a huge combo and then just quit and then go to the next one and then quit, go to the next one, and they usually win.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah,
just bang out like a massive combo and that's it.
Right. Yeah. Which competition did you dislike the most or liked? Both of them, dislike and like. There's only 3.
The first one was probably my worst. I didn't mind the other 2.
Yeah. Okay, you know what? I didn't like the skate street, the one that's in the skate park, the second one.
See, I like that because it's just like, I don't know, local skate parks are the shit. So
yeah, I
kind of remind me of those.
Well, when you're trying to get a high score and everything, you usually find like, okay, here's my ramps that I'm going to go back and forth on, or whatever, and get your high score. I could never really find my spot for that area.
See, I go all over. Like, I find like a path where I go through a whole bunch of different things. I treat it like a skate competition.
Ah, you go for the style and the variety.
Yeah, man. You want to impress the crowd, right? Because I got like no one watching, but I pretend I do.
Let's talk about the characters that are in this game. I say characters; they're real life people. You've got professional skaters.
Well, some of them,
such as Tony Hawk, Bob Burnquist, Kareem Campbell, Rune Gilfberg. That's the only one I don't really know out of all these is Rune Gilfberg. I can't remember any of his, like, what company he was sponsored by or anything. Anyways, Bucky Lassick, Chad Muska, Andrew Reynolds, Jeff Rowley.
I was a big Muska fan back in the day, man.
Oh, I love Muska. Eric Costin, Steve Caballero, Alyssa Steamer, Jamie Thomas, and my absolute all-time favorite skater, Rodney Mullen.
Good old Rodney.
Yep. And then you got your...
I like Chad because he wore a backpack.
And he... Actually, one of my favorite skate videos is Shorty's Guilty, and they have this whole gimmick through the whole movie to where they're like in prison and they're skating away from the cops and stuff, and he's got like a jumpsuit on. It's if you ever get a chance, the Shorty's Guilty video is pretty good.
I'm sure I can find clips of that on YouTube. I will search that out after this.
Actually, my favorite trick ever is in that movie. I can't remember the skater's name, but he does a switch hard flip over this huge gap, and it's actually in the hidden level of School 2. So if you go to that area, that gap is there, and that's what I'd always do, is try to do switch hard flips over that stupid gap.
Oh, dirty.
Yeah. And, well, he cracks his board and everything. I don't know. It's beautiful. Go find it. I can't remember the skater's name, but like I said, I was a skate rat, man. I used to
suck off skaters?
Yep, I used to wheelie board.
Because I know in wrestling you have ring rats, so you called yourself a skate rat, so...
Hey, you got to do what you got to do to get a board. Anyway, so the hidden characters...
Need something to oil those tires or wheels?
The hidden characters are Officer Dick.
I can't believe I called them wheels.
Wheels. You've got Officer Dick, Private Carrera...
Motherfucking
Spiderman. And then on the Dreamcast and the Xbox version, you had Trixie. So
good old Trixie.
And then
wish we had Tails.
No. So the music. Do you want to give us a list of the music that's on here? Now we're not gonna usually on our show we have the music playing in the background while we talk about what we liked and didn't like about it.
But we don't want to get fucked over by being sued and shit.
Yeah, so we're just going to talk about it in this area, and maybe I'll play the
because this is a very, very iconic soundtrack.
Yes, and it's actual music. So there's a bunch of good bands on here. Now, you may be different than me, but this is the Tony Hawk games are where I found a lot of the music that I love today.
No, they pretty much like. I knew a lot of the music going into the games, but they helped make a foundation, so to say, of the music that I love.
Well, like in the first Tony Hawk game, I had no idea who Goldfinger was until Tony Hawk 1. And
that could have been it for me, and then I fell in love with Goldfinger, and that's one of the bands me and my wonderful wife Jenny Bean bonded over.
Really? See,
yeah, she had a cat named Mabel. And there's a Goldfinger song, Mabel. It's a whole story.
And I really do think that the music in these games really shaped my taste in music. So
it was cutting edge at the time.
It was. So give us that list, Goobs.
So we'll start off with track number 1, Anthrax and Chuck D. Bring the noise.
Bring the noise.
Ooh. Papa Roach, Blood Brothers. Dude, I kind of love when that song kicks in because I'm a big Papa Roach fan. Yes, I said it. Their first album only. Fuck off. I've seen them live. Eat it, dick. And when that song kicks in, there's virtual skating. So much fun. Rage Against the Machine, Guerrilla Radio. Another banger. Naughty by Nature, Pin the Tail on the Donkey.
There's some ridiculous ones on here, but they are so good. So
yeah, some of them the rap songs really flow when you're skating. Same with the new metal and the rock that's going on,
right? And
the punk music too. And remember they had a couple punk songs here. Bad Religion, You. It's so much fun.
Yep.
Want a place where everyone can be happy.
Great song.
Oh, dude, when that song kicks in, you know you're going to get a good round, because you're like, I'm not fucking around, it's Bad Religion here.
Yep.
You don't want the lead singer to come punch you in the fucking head and give you a tattoo on the back of a Jeep. Because that has happened. Power Man 5000, When Worlds Collide. Isn't that Rob Zombie's nephew or something?
I don't know. I just remember seeing that music video as a kid and then hearing it in this game and being like, oh, they have good music. Which, that was what I gauged it off of as I saw the music video once.
And you just considered Power Man 5000 good music.
Yeah, I guess.
Melancholy, one of my favorite songs in this game, No Cigar.
Yep.
The High and Mighty B-Boy Document 99, which ain't bad. It's not a bad hip-hop song.
Right.
Could be a hip song, too.
It's pretty hip.
Not tragically hip, though. Dub Pistol, Cyclone, Legwagon, May 16th. Styles of Beyond Subculture, probably my least favorite song in this game. Sorry for your Styles of Beyond fans. Consumed Heavy Metal Wiener. I almost said Wiener. Fu Manchu Evil Eye. Alley Life, Out with the Old, and Swinging Artists, 5 Lessons Learned. That's a pretty banging song as well.
You know what? Out of all these, I think I love the Out with the Old song. Out with the old, in with the new. I think that's one of my favorites.
Out with the new ish.
You know what though? See, it's really hard. I was gonna ask you what's your favorite on here, but like I'm just looking at the list myself. Like Cyclone's good. There's so many good songs on here. It's kind of hard to just narrow it down to one.
I already said mine.
Which one was it?
No Cigar by Melancholy.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's a good one.
That or Bad Religion, like you. And then there's Papa Roach too. I gotta
see. It's too hard. Let's just not even try to pick a favorite. There is another song, because once you do complete the game in career mode, you unlock skate videos. Oh my god. That
was a big part of this game. You get to go watch like the highlight reel of each skater in the game.
Right, you get to watch. Yeah, that's exactly all it is. It's a highlight reel, and you know, when I was younger, that was my dream. I wanted to be a professional skateboarder, and so me and my buddies would just play.
Now you're a podcaster.
Now I'm a podcaster. What happened? But like, we would play these games for hours, unlocking everyone's videos and stuff, just so we could watch them and study or whatever it was we were doing. But yeah, so that was one of the goals, is you wanted to watch all these skate videos, all the bails, you wanted everything. But there is one more song. It's City Stars by Born Allah, and it's on Cream Campbell's pro tape or whatever they call it in here. And it's actually a pretty cool song. It's City Stars.
Oh, yeah.
It's the only... I think there's another one, too, but it's not important. But that City Stars, it's pretty cool. It makes me want to go download that song, because I never got to hear the whole thing, because the clip is only, like, a minute long? Now, let me throw this out there. That's what's terrible about this good soundtrack, is you only have 2-minute rounds when you're playing career mode. So you only hear the first 2 minutes of all these songs unless you're in freestyle mode.
That's why I like the punk songs. They're pretty much done in 2 minutes.
Well, I just remember like playing the hell out of career mode and only getting the first 2 minutes, and then like playing free skate, and I'm like, oh, there's more. I don't know the rest of the song.
Which is awesome that they have the full song on there. They don't just give you the 2 minutes.
Right.
And also, like, I normally... Once I play through a game a few times, I can get like the use of the sound effects and everything. I'll like turn music on, because I love listening to music and gaming. I pick a band like that I want to play the game with, and that's my personal soundtrack. That's just the way I've been playing for years. Right. This game, I did not have to do that, because I had my personal soundtrack already on here. There's like a whole bunch of songs I haven't heard in like a few years. Like, let's fucking do this. And I actually just downloaded the whole like Tony Hawk 1 through 5 on my Spotify, so I'll be listening to that when I'm driving home tomorrow.
Hey, that's not a bad playlist, and you get a nice mix and variety of different genres of music.
Hey, you get a little bit of everything.
Yep.
And I know every single song on that list, because I played all 5 of those fucking games.
So, Goobs, I got my skateboard right here. I was going to show you a...
No, you don't.
Yeah, man. I'm going to show you...
Don't hurt yourself, please. We need to continue on and do this podcast.
I'm still nimble like a 15, 16-year-old Toby. Just watch. I'm not 30 right now. I'm 16. Watch this. I'm going to do a trick.
I'm watching. I'm filming. I'm on my longboard.
Okay. Oh, fuck. I think I just broke the truck. Damn it.
It's okay, man. I got another one. It's in my other backpack, though. My other Chad Muska backpack.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, I'll just start taking this.
Here's an Allen key. You start taking the truck off.
Yeah. No, I'll take it off and get ready for another truck. Okay. Taking it off.
Oh, you didn't expect me to come with a nut, did you, Toby?
Well, kind of, but I'm still shocked, if that means anything to you.
Well, I see you need a little bit of help in your THPS career.
Yeah. Obviously, I broke a truck, so I'm not good at skateboarding. or video games at that matter. Is there any way you could help me with both of these
The
things?
Goobs Genie's here to help you out so you can unlock everything in the game besides a private Carrera.
Oh, yeah, I don't need her anyway. She's just an unlockable character. Give me this
We'll give
code.
you the Spider-Man right on your face. First of all, you're going to want to pause the game and hold an L1 while you enter this cheat code, the Goobs Genie special cheat code.
Ooh.
You push XXX square triangle, up down, left up, square triangle, X triangle, circle X triangle circle. And that will give you everything in the goddamn game.
Holy
Isn't that
cow.
amazing?
That's super amazing. Now I don't have to grind and unlock all the videos. I don't have to grind a rail. I can just watch all the videos and play with all the secret characters like Spider-Man. Thank you,
Or you
Goobs
just
Genie.
buy the game, do this, and just watch all the videos and never play it.
Oh, I like that idea too. Thanks, Goobs Genie. Now get back to my truck.
Shit, what is that? There's a hawk flying in.
Uh-oh.
Oh, hey, it's got me. It's got the Goobs Genie. I
Where's
guess
it-
I'm flying off.
where's it taking
God,
you?
No, leave me alone. Stop pecking my face.
Whoa.
Here, I got the truck for you, man.
Oh, hey, Goobs.
Your face is white. What just happened?
I just kind of saw some stuff happen, and
You look like a ghost, man. It's just a truck on a skateboard. It's nothing serious. Like, you're okay.
yeah. You want to hear some fun facts?
I'd love to hear some fun facts with Toby.
So, Goobs, we're gonna play How Much Is That Game? So, we are gonna be talking about the PlayStation version of this game, loose, with no jewel case, no booklet, nothing. How much would you pay for it?
Well, you sent it to me for free, so.
I did. This is actually one of the games I sent you. I forgot about that. Well, loose. How
Loose
much?
$10.
$8 American, my friend. $8.
Okay.
You were pretty close. So, complete.
You were close.
Complete with the jewel case and the manuals and everything.
18.
$10.
Oh,
I don't know why. I
It's
don't know why
only
it's only
$2 more.
I don't know why it's only $2 more, but that's what the price
there's
charge.
a lot of paper and plastic, man.
I guess. Now, sealed. How much do you think it is?
25.
$30.
That's not bad for a sealed.
No.
We've had way more outrageous prices on this show.
Right.
I'm still gonna hold on to my glory of Mega Man 2.
Now, I don't have a whole lot of fun facts, so I went ahead and got the other prices for the other versions. How much do you think a loose Nintendo 64 version of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 goes for?
I saw it for $10 up here, so I'm gonna say 8.
That's weird because it's actually goes for about $10 is what it says, and I think
Oh,
that's $9 is probably what I paid for mine. And then the Dreamcast version. What do you think that one goes for?
13.
Ooh, well, with the jewel case and the manual and everything, it's going to run about $15.
Okay, so I'm in the ballpark of everything.
Yeah. There's actually a copy at my local video game store, and I've been eyeballing it for so long, but I don't want them to be like, didn't you just buy a PlayStation copy and a Nintendo 64 copy? Why do you have so many copies of Tony Hawk 2?
I want all the Hawks.
I need them all. Okay, so on to some more fun facts. There is a demo for Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX in the options mode. So you can actually play the first level of Matt Hoffman in
It's a pretty
Tony
fun
Hawk.
game, too.
You know, I've tried out the demo this time, and I wasn't impressed. I don't think Toby now would not have bought the Matt Hoffman game based on that demo.
Toby then probably did.
Toby then was a sucker. He probably did.
You probably bought that, the fucking surfing game, too.
You know what? That's
Kelly
one-
Slater.
Yeah, that's one I never did play at all. I never played that one, so I don't even know how that one works. It just doesn't make sense. Anyways.
That was a game, right? I wasn't having a hot drink.
No. That's a real Kelly Slater's Pro Surfer is a game. It's part of the Pro series, I guess is what you would call it. There wasn't ever a Fruit Booter one or a Scooter one that I know of.
Oh, there was well, it wasn't a Pro series, but there was a Razor's fruit or skate. What the fuck am I talking about?
Scooter.
There was a Razor scooter game.
I do vaguely remember that, and I think I played a demo of it, and I was like,
It was called Razor.
Yeah.
Razor.
Yep.
I like things that put like S's instead of Z's. Goobs.
So the Nintendo 64 is the only version that doesn't have real cutscenes and the extra videos at the end. Besides, like the Game Boy version, obviously, but the if you're playing,
which kind of sucks.
Yeah. So I actually flipped on my Nintendo 64 version for actually I went through a whole career just to see how the differences were. And yeah, it's really off-putting when you've been playing the PlayStation version and you go to the 64 version, because it's the whole intro that we were talking about earlier about how cool it is. It's all 3D animation and it looks terrible. It's just bad. The Venice Beach level was in the movie Thrashin', which I've never seen that movie, but this is what's crazy. The actual area for Venice Beach, the part that I said I didn't like skateboarding in, was demolished 6 months before the game was released.
Oh.
Yeah, and now it's just a big sand pit or something.
At least it's captured on the game.
Yep. Spider-Man was a playable character to cross-promote the upcoming Spider-Man game on PS1. And
also made by Neversoft.
Yes, it's also made by Neversoft. And it was on PS1, Nintendo 64, and it might have been on
Amiga.
On Dreamcast. I'm not 100% sure on that one. Nintendo.
My wife says she's going to try to find me an Amiga.
Start that Amiga collection.
Because I talk about it all the time, so.
The Nintendo 64 version didn't get released until a year later, but they actually ended up improving the textures and also included an extra level for the wait, which was Matt Hoffman's warehouse. So you could actually play that level with the skateboarding characters.
See, that's pretty cool. I never dug playing this game on a 64 controller. Like, that's just my personal choice. Just felt comfortable on the PlayStation controller.
Right, and I agree with you. Like I said, I did play the 64 version to kind of compare, and I will say the textures looked a lot better in the 64 version, and it looked brighter than the PlayStation one. But I've heard that the Dreamcast is the one that you should be playing, but the best version is the Xbox Pro Skater 2X, the remake that has 1 and 2 in it.
The graphics are slick on that. I watched a playthrough of that one.
Yeah, they look really, really nice. And they have some extra levels, and you can actually use your own music from the Xbox while you're playing, so that's another...
Fuck that. The music is good enough as it is. Unless, like, the 64 one, shut this off, download the Tony Hawk Pro Skater soundtrack, and just play it to the X. They really cut the song short on that one. It's terrible.
Yeah, they actually had to cut it down and kind of like remix some of the tracks and like loop them real funny. So it's only like a 15 to 30 second like loop of a handful of the songs. I think it's only 6 on the Nintendo 64.
It's absolutely, I'm a music guy, so is Toby. It's absolutely infuriating.
Yeah. Especially
when you're used to playing and hearing the full songs. Like, it's, what the fuck, man? Like, why even bother?
It's really funny in the Rage Against the Machine song. You can actually hear him like start to say something where they actually cut and looped it, and it's so annoying because you'll hear it and you'll be like, "Son of a bitch, that's exactly where they cut it to loop it." It's stupid.
It's absolutely despicable.
Yeah, that's if I'm gonna pick a definitive version out of the two between PlayStation and 64. I'd go with the PlayStation, even though 64, I believe, looks better.
It has no load times either, the 64
Oh my god, the load times. Yeah, that was
Load times are killer on the PlayStation, but they always are in any PlayStation game, so in the era that you're playing it, you're used to it. Right. So it's not that big of a deal, but now, load times are a fucking deal, and it's kind of infuriating as well.
Well, it's funny because I played on PS1 first, and then I went and switched to the 64, and then I went back to PS1, and that's when I realized how long the load times were. At first, it wasn't a big deal. It was just like, oh, I'm playing PlayStation. But after doing the 64, I really noticed how bad they were, and I was like, Jesus, that's ridiculous.
Would you rather have good music or load times?
Yeah, good music. Good music makes it definitely worth it. So, the level editor, the character customization, and the manuals were actually supposed to be in the first game, but they ran out of time. So, we could have had them earlier.
Yeah, that was the era where everything, like all the sports games, and I don't think many fighting games, but I remember like sports and wrestling games that you can make your own character and everything like that. So they jumped right onto that train, and I'm happy they did. They used to always have the Muska backpack, man. I'm going to mention that as many times as I can. Because that went through all the way to Tony Hawk Underground. Every time I played that game, I had a backpack on.
Well, it's really a good progression of like from Tony Hawk 1 to Tony Hawk 2 where they did give you some extra stuff. So it only added to the, because really, honestly, it's almost the same game. They may have cleaned up some of the textures and stuff, but it's the same game. So yeah, adding a few new features really helped. Oh, this is new and different.
I can manual? It couldn't before?
Yeah, it's just something silly like that makes it different and better. So, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 across all platforms sold around 5.3 million units.
Yeah, top selling game.
Yeah, it was ranked number 4 in Game Informer's top 100 games of all time in its 100th issue on August 2001.
Even if you weren't a skater, you can get totally into this game and just fucking nail it, because the game's just kind of perfect in the way it controls and everything like that.
Right. Yep. And Electronic Gaming Monthly named Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 Video Game of the Year in 2000. In its
As it should.
Yeah, in the April 2001 issue. And my last fun fact I have is, we like all the music and stuff. Korea had a Korean pop band called Fin KL. I guess there's 4 members in this band, but they were actually playable characters in this game with 8 additional songs. And I guess they were all 8 this Fin KL band. So I thought that was kind of neat.
Huh. I didn't know that.
But yeah, that's all I got for fun facts.
Well, you can also play as the Neversoft design team and stuff in this game too if you put a cheat in.
Yeah, there's some other like weird stuff like that.
I don't know any cheats for that. I heard that's someone else's job.
Yeah,
whoever that is.
There's some other weird things like you can unlock a girl's picture in the corner. No, that's the first game. I think that's the first game. I'm getting it all mixed up now. But anyways, that's all the fun facts I have.
You can be fat.
Oh yeah, you can have a big head. All the cheats are great. There's
a big fat or like you can big head mode or grid mode and like a whole bunch of random shit.
Disco floor mode.
Yeah, low gravity. There's
ridiculous.
tons of cheats for this game, which is kind of nice. I miss the days of cheats.
Right. Yep. But you know what you don't miss?
I miss fucking bailing and fucking raging.
Oh, come on!
So this is the patented Rage Meter, where we give a 1 to 10 scale of how pissed off this damn game makes us. Did you just skin your knee? Are you about to cry? You're going to give it a 10.
How many boards you're about to truck fuck someone with because you're so mad? I had to get a truck fuck in there, man. The movie Kids, the truck fuck scene. Oh, buddy.
You know what the worst thing for a skateboarder is?
I got no legs. What was that?
The worst thing for a skateboarder is to get a credit card. Do you know what a credit card is?
Yep. That's when it goes between your butt cheeks and or taint and or balls.
It's also known as popsicling, or there's a lot of...
Yeah, where the board sticks vertically between your legs.
Yeah, it's...
Thank God I'm tall. Never had that happen to me.
I'm tall, but I've had it happen once or twice. Anyways.
I'm taller than now.
So, Goobs, I'm going to let you go first. I feel like you're going to have a higher rage than me.
I don't know if I will or not.
I
had a pretty decent playthrough on this game.
Yeah.
My rage would have been higher, like, way back in the day, but I'm sticking with a 6.
Ooh, okay. Explain yourself.
wasn't that bad. It was just like driving a bicycle. Just kind of remember what to do and when to do it. Sure, there is those times when you have a big goal and you're like, yeah, I'm going to get that 6 score right now, like I said before, and you fuck up because your fingers are too fat for the controllers, and you left when you should have right it, you pizza when you should have fresh fried, and you absolutely bail on the ground. But I remember where most of the everything is on this game, so it's not too hard. Like all the money, the secret videotapes, like getting onto the roof for some places, and the hangar. But yeah, Venice. Was it Venice?
Venice Beach, yeah, the bums.
That was a bitch, so I'm gonna make it a 7 because of that. The bums suck a lot of dick, and I'm sure that's how they survive, and that's okay. You live your life. I'm not gonna judge you.
Yeah, get your quarters where you can.
Yeah, and you get slotted any way you can. I'm gonna stick with a solid 7 now.
Okay.
Because that's just how it is. This game is, if you're a casual player of this series of games, you know what you're getting into, and it's not that bad. The music will guide you. Just focus on the music, and you will win. It will bring you to your 6 score. As soon as you hear Blood Brothers by Papa Roach, off you go, motherfucker.
Well, I'm debating on a 5 or a 6. I'm gonna let you decide for me once I explain myself, and you're gonna. No, I'm not going that high because this game. Again, I've got a lot of nostalgia for, so I know how to play it, but I could see where it could be frustrating, and I've written down some notes of why. If you don't know that you have to buy more stats, there's going to be specific gaps that you just can't do to progress the goals. You know, there's a couple.
Yeah, you got to invest your points into stats in your boards, like you said.
Right. So if you don't know that, you're going to get stuck. You're going to have a bad time. Now, only hearing 2 minutes of a song is super frustrating. I know that's how long the rounds are, but damn it, I want to hear the rest of the song. The manual tricks don't always seem to stick. Like, you really have to give it to her hard to manual. So,
well, as you do in real life, right?
Yeah, that's right. So
I could never manual. I always follow my fucking head.
Yeah. And I feel like sometimes it was responsive, sometimes it wasn't. I don't know. I think it's... I don't see how they could have fixed this problem, but you're stuck to your board at all times. I do like I'm babied to the current Tony Hawks where you can jump off the board and kind of move around, or change the camera angle a little bit, because that is frustrating.
You mean Go Gorilla?
Well, you have to fight the camera angle through this entire game. You know,
I didn't have a problem with the camera angle.
Man, if I stopped to try to like turn around to get set up in front of a ramp or something, like I had to fight that stupid camera angle. And I hate the fucking taxi cabs in New York.
I'm giving you a 7 by the...
They will rape you and just constantly hit you and piss you off.
What with the guy on the golf cart? Did that piss you off too?
No, because it's just one of him. I can avoid.
What with the bus? The bus in New York. Did that piss you off?
Nah, it's just one. There's like 2 or 3 taxi cabs.
I grinded on the bus. I was so happy.
And then also for my rage meter, I feel like some of the levels are a little empty, especially like the Philadelphia level. It just seems empty.
Later on, it feels like they got sloppy.
Yeah. So, do you think I'm sitting at a 5 or a 6 with my rage meter?
I think you're sitting at a 6.5 or 7.
I'll settle on a 6.5. So that's a lot higher than I was expecting. But the rage came out, and this is what happens in the rage meter.
Yeah, you had a lot to complain about. Like, I had a pretty easy playthrough on this.
No, that's not saying I didn't have a good time. Those are just some of the things that, playing it in today's atmosphere of video gaming, this is how I felt about it now. So, I think it's a good time to settle down and...
So what was that, like a 6.75 between us?
Yeah, something like that. So, let's give this a 1 to 10 rating on how much we liked this game. 10 being that we loved it, 1 being that we absolutely thought it was dog shit, and that it's not even worth using as a paperweight.
I will go first, sir.
Okay.
I'm going to give this game a sturdy 8.
Okay.
This is Tony Hawk fucking Pro Skater 2. Has tons of great skaters in it. Has tons of great levels. Well, in later levels, no, but you can have a lot of fun in the early levels. And some of the competition ones, too. The multiplayer mode, when you get your friends together and you play skate or graffiti, absolutely amazing. Tons of fun. Tons of replay value in this game. The music is banging. No matter what genre you like, it has something for you on this level. Or not on this level, on this game. There's tons of secret levels on it too, which I really appreciate. And it has Chad Muska. Like, what the fuck is there wrong with this game? And the challenges are there. Like, I love a game that gives you a specific, like, a task list that you have to do. So it gives you that, like, you want to get better at this game. You don't just want to dick around and skate around. You want to, like, find that secret tape. You want to get all that money. You want to find the secret parts of the level. You want to get the high score, the sit score, and the pro score.
You want a 50-50 Joey statue. You want a nose grind over the half pipe. You want to do all the goofy shit, then you're like, what does that mean? You want to tail slide the ledge?
I don't give a fuck what it means. I'm gonna fucking do it either way.
Yeah.
I know some of the
terminology.
I know some of the terminology. I can't pronounce that word.
Terminology.
I know some of the terms of skateboarding, and yeah, it's some parts were confusing, but I figured it all out in the end, and I had a lot of fun on my playthrough. So I'm sticking with my solid 8.
Okay. Well, now I'm trying to judge this off of today's standards and today's games, and I'm looking back at this as. We
can't do that. We're retro, bro.
I know, but is it worth it still? And I solid believe that this is still worth it, but I'm giving it a 7.5.
Okay, we're not too far off.
No, and I think that's still a respectable score for this game.
That was my first score, I thought, but then, like, the music kicked it up the 0.5 for me, because I'm like I said, music guy. And it just brings me right into the game. You get fucking pumped when you hear the songs, man.
Right, and I'm right there with you. The music's great. The tricks are fun. The levels, they've got some good design. Even in the bad levels, you'll find
the controls control pretty tight too.
Yes,
I forgot to mention the controls. They're pretty awesome.
I think that each level you play, you're gonna find an area that you're like, okay, this is my area. This is what I want to do. So. But like at the time of this game's release, I would have probably given it a 9 or a better, you know, because it was the perfect game in 2000. It just was.
Well, fuck yeah, because Underground hasn't come out yet.
But time hasn't been so good to the graphics on this game.
No, not at all.
They don't hold up very good.
You're like driving people made of icicles, like ice cubes.
They do look funny, but there's a lot of fun challenges. The music's great. The unlockable videos, the decks that you can unlock, it's all fun to do.
But we forgive like shitty graphics.
We do, but I'm just saying,
gameplay.
It just doesn't hold up, the graphics. I would suggest playing the Nintendo 64 if you just want to play the game with no load times and it's quicker. But again, I would said it earlier, PS2 or even the Xbox version is probably the best updated version. I mean, I love this game. I used to sit there for hours just trying to do the most realistic runs that I could. Like I would nollie, kickflip, tail slide, and then go to the next ramp or something and do like a kickflip indie. Like I would try to make it as realistic as possible. And I would sit there and do that for hours. Me and my buddies would do it, and it's kind of sick how much time I've put into this game. This is probably the most I've put into a game that we've played on the show besides Earthbound. Like time-wise. Because usually, once we beat it, I'm done. But I've kept coming back to it over the last week.
Well, you gotta do it. Same thing with me. I wanted to beat it with as many skaters as I could, so...
Right. So I think that that may be the nostalgia part of it, but I did have a good time replaying all the levels with other characters. So, with my 7.5, your 8, we are going to give it a 7.75.
Man, we should give this a 900.
Finish him.
All right, Goobs, this is the part where we end the show. But not before we plug the shit out of our other shows. Take it away, Goobs.
Well, first of all, you can follow me on Twitter at GoobsWN. Do that, because who knows whenever I post, because that may happen sometime. What was that?
You post nudes from time to time, so...
Yeah, goobsnews.com. Check it out.
I'm buying that URL now.
You should. Noodes.
It's going to be hit.
No,
like
Nodez.
There you go.
Goobs News. And then you can also go check out another show that I do called The Derailers with a wonderful wife, Jenny, me, and my best friend, Ripkin. We pick a topic, we run it completely off the tracks every single goddamn day of the week. And we just had a big, thing come out, not so long ago. Naysay is like an audio kind of drama, action adventure with a horse with a man's soldier brain for a head. Go check that shit out. It's tons of fun. We had a lot of fun doing it. We hope you have a lot of fun enjoying it. Go check that show out, The Derailers. And then we also have Derailed Wrestling on YouTube. And we take a whole bunch of wrestlers, throw them in the ring that we created. We make the storylines, everything else. Commentary is decent at best, and it's a lot of fun. Go check it out, folks. Toby, what about you, my good sir?
Well, you can find me on the Twitter at Toby Von Doom. And you can check out my other show. It's called Secret Transmission, and we talk about conspiracies, the supernatural, UFOs.
Fabulous.
Cryptozoology.
Oh, Sasquatch.
And we do it with a satire outlook on it, and we have a little fun. And you can find it on all the major podcasting platforms.
You guys have a lot of fun. It's a great show.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Goobs.
And you also have a big bracket that might be almost done by now.
Yes, we're finishing up our Monster Madness tournament, where we have 8 cryptids in a battle to the death. And each episode we battle 2 cryptids.
Let's go, fucking Leprechaun.
Well, you're gonna have to wait to the end to see who wins. It's gonna be brutal. Last year
it's gonna be a slobber knocker.
Last year the Dover Demon won, so we're gonna see who our champion is this year.
I have a feeling the worm,
Mongolian Deathworm, is back.
Yeah,
he was in the last one. He got kicked out real early, so we felt bad and let him back in.
I have a feeling.
We'll see. But anyways, check us out on Twitter and Instagram.
Feel my death worm? Sorry. Sorry, go on.
Check us out on Twitter and Instagram at Secret Transpod. But if you want to be up to date with the secret levels, check us out on Instagram and Twitter at Secret Levels Pod. And we also have a Facebook page. And we also have a Facebook group called Secret Levels Group.
And we put our game of the month inside that group where you, the fans, can pick which game we play for that month.
That's right. Last month's game was Clay Fighter, the tournament edition. So you can make us play good games. You can make us play awful games. And then you can play along with us and rate and review them. And we will read them on the show.
And we really would love you guys to, do that.
Yes.
Write a little review. Doesn't have to be long. Doesn't have to be short. Well, give us what you totally feel about that game, and we'll totally read it on the show. Totally, man. And if they wanted to support us, Goobs, how could they do so? They're going to go to www.tpublic.com/user/secretlevels. They can buy one of the wonderful shirts designed by Mr. Toby.
Yo.
And put it on their chest, because you get a 1-up if you do so. And everyone else will like you in the world because they'll see you and you're supporting the podcast that you love. Hey, you support a podcast that you love. Here's $100 for wearing that wonderful t-shirt. See, you make money and then we get helped out a little bit from it. It all makes sense, folks. Communism.
So yeah, go check out our shirts and hey, if you buy one, or leave us a review on iTunes, let me know, and I will send you some stickers and other swag.
You'll get some shit.
Maybe not shit, but stickers and swag.
Our shit.
Hey, Goobs, look, I just got the skateboard, and let's go to the skate park and try some of the tricks we seen in that Tony Hawk's game.
Boy, golly, jeez, I would love to, Toby. Let's go do it.
Now, That's a pretty big ramp. You think we can do some tricks on that one?
It's only 50 feet tall. It ain't no issue.
Yeah, you know what?
You got this, man.
I bet I could do the 900 like Tony Hawk's.
Should we do a tandem 900?
If we ride it the first one. I mean,
We can cross over each other. You go low, I go high.
yeah, that'll work perfectly. Okay, are you ready? We're gonna count to 3. 1, 2,
2,
3.
3. Psych! Oh, God! Oh, God! It looks like you've been in a blunder.
Oh, my leg. Is it broke? Is my leg broke? I feel like it's broke.
The bone is sticking through your leg.
Oh, my arms. They hurt.
Game over, folks.